Yes, I got it. Yes. That is so cool.
There's something so fun and just therapeutic about just photographing animals.
That guy there. So after pretty much my whole life of living here in the United Kingdom, my girlfriend and I have actually decided to move. We're gonna be moving to another country at the end of this year. And in doing so, I've realized that there are actually quite a few photography projects that I'd really like to do before I go ahead and move that I really want to tackle whilst I'm still living here in England and the UK. And one of these projects is documenting a place that has meant a lot to me since I was a kid growing up. It's called Richmond Park, located in the southwest of London, and it's always been pretty accessible to me growing up, and it's been an inspiration to me. It's really what started my interest in the outdoors, in being in nature, and photography in some aspects. Now, in no way do I consider myself a wildlife photographer. I don't really consider myself to be any type of specific genre photographer. I just know that I love photography. But moving forward, I know that a genre that I really want to tackle a lot more often is wildlife and landscape photography. And to be honest, is one of the major reasons for this move. Now, Richmond Park is in no way a crazy scenic sort of place. It's actually very difficult to find compositions in. It's very flat. There's not that much going on overall. I mean, this is a park in a city at its core. However, I do want to try and capture some compositions and document my experience, my perspective, and what I really enjoy about this park and why I keep coming back. Because ultimately, this place does mean a lot to me. It is the reason why I took a 15-hour bus and a 5-hour train when I was 18, all the way to the most remote island in Scotland, which to this day is one of my favorite places on earth. And just overall just made me realize that, yeah, the city is cool, it's fine, but there is another world out there and there are beautiful landscapes, and I love seeing them and photographing them and just being in those places. So whilst I'm working on this project and this portfolio of work, I'm gonna be documenting the whole process, both in this location and in other locations that I wanna photograph and document before I move. I wanna show the good images, the bad images, because that's another part of photography, and the whole process behind it. And in each of these sort of behind the scenes videos, I also want to share some specific tips and tricks that can help you in your photography journey in different types of conditions. And so today I really want to start tackling how you can still take really great photos in harsh daylight. So just to show you guys what I'll be shooting with today, I've kind of brought all my toys with me. So obviously the trusty Lumix GH7. This is my main camera, and obviously I'll be shooting with that today. Probably the lens I'll be using the most is this little guy right here. This is a 17mm lens from Olympus. Really fun little lens. Not really that sharp. I am looking to maybe upgrade to something a little sharper, but this will do for today. We've got a long lens, 45 to 200, just in case I find any animals and whatnot. Again, not my favorite lens, but it's the only zoom long lens that I have, so we'll make do. And I've got myself a 30mm macro lens as well. This is obviously for capturing more detailed shots and things like that. This is a 2.8, so not the fastest on a micro four lens, but again, we work with what we got. I've also got my drone with me because I like the idea of maybe doing some aerial photography. I'm also going to be using this for this video and a couple of other shots and whatnot as well. And I got a trusty top mic for any video bits, any scenery that I decide to film cinematography wise for this video. That's pretty much it. I've got some ND filters and my tripod over here, and that is today's kit. First of all, I want to apologize for my voice. As you can probably tell, am battling a little bit of a cold right now. Nothing groundbreaking, but I don't know, it's something. Let's keep walking on to the next one. Now, in my opinion, there are a lot of ways that you can use harsh light to your advantage, and a highly effective method that I feel is somewhat very overlooked is black and white photography. daylight and midday hours is actually optimal for black and white photography because it actually allows you to go ahead and create and find a lot of contrast, which is very ideal and allows you to create much more dramatic black and white photos. Black and white can actually create some really moody, very kind of romantic looking photos at the same time, and there's just a lot you can do with black and white. It's a genre that I really enjoy, and I think it's something that makes me just enjoy daylight photography a lot more because I'm no longer so worried about the light. I can just sort of like be like, all right, well, if this doesn't work in color, it probably will work in black and white. And I think that's actually a very liberating feeling and can allow you to take some really cool photos in the process.
Oh, look at that. There's a deer completely by himself. Come on, buddy, look up, look up, look up. Yes. Yes, I got it. Yes. Okay, so that right there, you just witnessed what I just did. That's one of the reasons why I love coming to this park. This is a park where you can literally see wild deers just roaming around. Deers are one of my favorite animals, and you can see really big ones out here, like really proper big ones, and I definitely want to capture some of those before I move 100%. But the fact that you could just be walking around seeing absolutely nothing, and you just see something like that, it's just so cool. There's really big ones. That guy there. They're all just looking straight at me. I mean y'all no harm, I promise. Okay, I just got a photo. It's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect, but it's good enough. It's definitely good enough. It was like literally at the moment where one of those ravens just latched on, well, not latched on, but like kind of like landed on the deer's like ear or antler or something. That is so cool. I don't know why, but I find the tree trunk here very interesting. I don't know, there's something about the, I don't know, the texture of the tree trunks. I don't know, there's something I quite like about it, so I'm gonna try and take a shot.
Another thing you can do, and this is for both color and black and white, is look for darker or more contrasty parts of the environment. So what I mean is maybe go into a forest. Maybe if you're in the city, go into like a dark alleyway or a street that's not letting too much light in. This is what allows you to find contrast, and that's really the biggest issue with daylight photography, is that it kind of like flattens the entire scene, so there's really no mood or contrast in the scene. And so it's now up to you as the photographer to just kind of create it and find it in different ways. And so looking for where the sun's hitting and reflecting off different things and creating shadows and light peeking in through different things, that's just the way that you can actually get really cool images even in non-optimal daylight hours. So what I'm doing here, I've got like obviously these green sort of fields here. It's a very colorful image. We got really nice blues and the greens. I think that'll contrast quite nicely in post. And essentially we just got this kind of cool medieval tower kind of like in the middle. But this kind of brings me on to one of the things that I wanted to speak about when it comes to shooting in very harsh daylight and how you can kind of get away with it. And I know this one's going to sound pretty obvious, but if I just move over here
You'll notice I'm actually using an ND filter for pretty much all the shots that I've used today, except for maybe one or two, but pretty much the whole day I've been using an ND filter. Now, a lot of people associate ND filters with video only, and that's completely fine, and that's completely crucial for daytime photography. I think for video, definitely ND filters is where you really 100% need them. And even though you don't 100% need them for photography, they can be really, really helpful for photography as well, because even though you can get away without it, you know, I can bump that shutter up and bump up the aperture and just close the iris and, you know, kind of like darken up the image as much as I can, and you can, you know, get away with that. But you're, you know, kind of sacrificing a lot of creative control over your image. You're not getting the aperture that you actually want. You're not getting the shutter that you actually want. And, you know, I never really thought about it, but now every time I'm in daytime situations, I just stick an ND filter on there, and 9 times out of 10, my images come out so much softer, and it makes daytime photography a lot easier to manage. And you just kind of use the exact same rules that you're using for video. So if you're struggling in daytime photography, or you're just going to be shooting in the daytime, really consider using an ND filter. You might already be doing it, but a lot of photographers just don't use it. They think it's video only, and that's not the case. It can be incredibly helpful for a lot of different versions and styles in photography, including the simple stuff like just shooting when it's bright outside. So cute. Those ones don't work. There's something so fun and just therapeutic about just photographing animals. Big ones, small ones, doesn't really matter, but like, yeah, it's just seeing them do their thing, and you're just trying to capture them doing their thing is, I don't know, there's something really fun about it. Trust the ND filter. Okay. So I just kind of want to take a photo of this sort of like tree branch thing here. Looks kind of epic from this low down angle. So I want to see if I can get a little composition out of this. Not expecting all that much, but we'll see. The key with wide angle photography, get as close as you can to your subject. Okay, so I'm just setting up for one of those kind of classic long exposures of this really peaceful lake here. And I'm just going to use these logs over here as foreground, sticking on the wide lens.
So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll definitely be going back to this park at sunset, sunrise, blue hour. Maybe hopefully I can get a fog day. That'd be amazing. But I'll try and photograph this park during many different types of points and share the behind the scenes, make more of these type of videos, both in this park and in other parts of the UK that I want to document, and obviously where I'm moving to. And I've got a lot of plans for this channel is basically what I'm trying to say. So thank you guys so much. If you're at this point of the video, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Maybe consider subscribing, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.